I'm excited to announce today that LangWatch is launching the definitive solution for AI agent quality. We use simulation-based testing to guarantee that the agent works as expected. It's super innovative, and yet it's super familiar and easy to adopt. Check it out. Here's the code for an AI agent. This is a customer support agent that helps users to check their order history, get their order status, or solve problems. And if they can't solve them, it escalates to human with the tool. Here above, I have some tools that it can use, and I have my system prompt, of course. So very simple agent, but how do we know that it is working? Especially in those edge cases, right, where problem happens. Well, you can start writing simulation tests. Those tests simulate real users in a back and forth multi-turn conversation with your agent. And to define those, it's very simple. You write them as you would with a simple unit test. Here I have two scenario tests. First one is my happy path, a simple scenario where the user just asks about the status of their order. And the second one is a very annoyed customer that asks for a refund and eventually asks to talk to a human. Here I have defined the agent that I'm testing, this is my customer support agent, a user simulator agent that will pretend to play my user, and a judge agent, which will evaluate the conversation as it goes to see if my agent is behaving according to the rules that I need it to behave on the specific scenario. So now let's run this. You can see right away that the user starts chatting with my agent. This message was generated simulating my user. You can see that the agent does some tool calls and then it gets the status back and the first test is done. The second test is started and then the user is trying to return an AirPods that doesn't work. The agent does some tool calls and then finally give the result, and then the judge is going to check and everything is correct. Now I know that my agent worked for these two scenarios. If there were any other edge cases, I can just keep adding scenarios. And the cool thing is that you can run all these conversations in parallel and visualize the results here on LangWatch as they happen. So I got my conversations in, I can click through and I can see what happened there. I can see that the user asked to return the AirPods, then the agent did some tool calling, checked their order history, took a look at the company policy to see what it could do for this user, and then finally replied with this response. The user went on and asked it to talk to a human, which the agent correctly called to escalate to a human. At the end, the scenario test. And since now it's here on the platform, you can collaborate with your team, you can have your PM contributing to those tests too, so you make sure that your agent's rock solid before going to production. Well, that's it. Check more about agent simulations on langwatch.ai and get started right now by going to LangWatch Scenario Repository on GitHub. See ya!